Hello everybody and welcome here to my channel that's all about sharing the music and the beauty of the music from Bach to Beethoven with you. Today I'm really excited. I feel privileged to introduce to you a great cello player, a great YouTuber as well, Emily Davidson. We have been looking in our agendas for ages to find a date that matches, but today is the day. So Emily, great to have you here and welcome to Authentic Sound.
Thank you.
So maybe you can just introduce yourself in case that's necessary. I guess many of my viewers will know you.
Yeah, so I am a Baroque cellist. I started playing the regular modern cello, all sorts of classical music, but before I even finished my first degree, I knew that Baroque music was my thing, so I really I dove headfirst into playing on the Baroque cello and learning about performance practice and really getting to know the 17th and 18th century repertoire. So I've sort of devoted myself to that, and my channel is all about Baroque music, the Baroque cello, playing on historical instruments, because that's just totally my passion on the cello.
So the Baroque cello you have converted to the Baroque cello at a certain point in your musical education. How did that go?
So when I was in college and I was a cello performance major, I was getting to do a lot of different things, but mostly I was playing in a big symphony orchestra. I was playing some chamber music, but a lot of what I was doing was kind of romantic, contemporary, later classical music, and I just felt like something was missing from my musical life, because especially I think a lot of string players, we get to know the Baroque composers really early because Vivaldi, Bach wrote all these great pieces for string orchestra. So I was really missing those composers, and I found out there was a Baroque ensemble at my college that was sort of all about learning about this repertoire in the context in which it was written. So once I got to join that ensemble and sort of see what Baroque music was about in that time period, I was totally in love. I immediately found a bunch of summer festivals that I could attend to learn more about it, and before I knew it, I was just all about Baroque music, and it was clear that's what I wanted to focus on.
Great. And so that's actually the only thing that you're doing now, playing Baroque cello, or are you mixing both worlds still?
So most of my performing and really my expertise is definitely Baroque cello. That being said, I still teach modern cello, to teach beginners and kind of give background on the instrument, but for me and performing, I'm really just all about Baroque music.
Great. I think most musicians use YouTube as a kind of library to have their recordings shared with other people, with organizations, which is great, of course, which is also the way to go. But you are taking the social media, YouTube, to another level in that sense that you are really communicating, building an audience on YouTube. So can you maybe tell a little bit of when did you start with YouTube and why, and what's your passion? Because you can tell when watching your videos you really are passionate about making those videos as well. So how did it all start and when?
So I started using YouTube very informally, probably I would say towards the beginning of being a music major in college. I wanted to be sharing some of my performances, and I was making little videos of them, and I started uploading them to YouTube without a lot of expectation. Like, I think I still for a while had a video up from 2006 on my channel, just from some old performance or something. So it started very casually, and it wasn't until, nearly 10 years later that it occurred to me that I could really be making my YouTube channel a serious platform where I actually planned my uploads, and maybe I recorded things specifically for YouTube instead of just recording a live performance and putting it up there. So once I realized that I could actually be getting this very kind of unknown cello repertoire out there on the internet where there wasn't a lot of it. I just thought, well, I could be making these videos all the time and putting them out there, and seeing the response, and seeing that I could be introducing so many people to this repertoire that I love. It was, there was no question that I needed to keep doing it, because it was really spreading the word in a way that's even easier than playing a concert in person, because you can reach so many people through YouTube. When we look at a violin, viola, or cello, we assume it's the same that it has been for the past couple hundred years. String instruments have actually evolved a lot, and when you hear someone talking about a Baroque cello or a Baroque violin, it's actually a slightly different instrument than the modern counterparts we see today. I'm here with both my Baroque and my modern cello, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the constructional differences of each. The most jarring difference of the Baroque cello from the modern cello is the lack of end pin. You can see here when looking at the bottom of my Baroque cello, I actually have just a little button here on the bottom, so no end pin at all. So when you play the Baroque cello, you actually just hold it rather than having a stick coming out of the bottom that supports the instrument. Another major difference that we see on the Baroque cello and on all Baroque string instruments is gut strings. Modern instruments typically use steel strings, which are more stable under weather and humidity changes.
How do you see actually the future of that? We are maybe a little bit of a different generation, but still heading forward to maybe a new kind of world where record labels are maybe not as dominating as they were in the past. So how do you see that future on those social platforms? And what's the benefit for us musicians?
I think what's great about being able to get a huge international audience is that for whatever it is that you want to do, I mean, videos, at least for me, are kind of casual because I'm doing a few of them a month and I'm putting them out there. But say I wanted to actually record a studio album or do something a little bit, with more production involved, now I have this great audience that I can be sharing my actual product with. So instead of in the old days where you'd maybe record an album and then you would just sort of try to advertise it, I've already got this great fan base of people who are interested in what I do, so I can sort of direct them to other projects and just sort of use them as a great resource. And even if I'm doing a local concert, in theory I can let people know through the internet, and people that I didn't even know were local would be able to come. It's just this huge resource of audience members, and even though they may not be centralized for things that are sold online or anything like that, it's just an amazing resource to have so many people who are ready and interested in what you're doing.
Yeah, that's great. So for the people who are listening and watching this, you have made already one CD that I've got. I don't know if you have more, but your CD that I've got is really gorgeous. So definitely go check out Emily's website and your YouTube channel. It would be great if you're watching this to visit her YouTube channel, check it out, and certainly subscribe to her channel, because I think by supporting each other, that's what makes this online world, whatever that is and whatever that will be, stronger, and we tying more together. And in YouTube terminology, this is called a collab. So Emily, I thank you for your time and for this little talk. I'm sure in the future we will have contact and we share much more. And so again, I will put up a link to your YouTube channel here so people can click on that and subscribe. And again, thank you, Emily, and see you
My pleasure.
very soon again. Bye.